Chattanooga, boy had $1 and a dime. Headed out for Nashville on the Hard Rock Line. I'm working on that old steamboat and I learned to ride and steam. So when my feet had touched dry land, how happy I did feel.
Okay, so we love having this as a dog yard, but we have to contain these chickens if we're gonna have any kind of garden. So we're setting up a chicken coop.
Every penny for to make up through the fall. Working for that dollar, but it never adds up at all. Coming around the riverbank, heard the old train whistle sang. The very next thing you hear from me, I've been tied to a ball and chain. Well, come this time tomorrow, reckon I don't know where I'll be. But if it wasn't for that old sheriff, I'd be back in Tennessee. Playing cards and crap games, not looking for the score. And if I ever get back home again, I'll never roam no more. Gather round your good time, boys, listen to my song. May not know better, but I know you know right from wrong. Buy yourself a postcard so you can see the lights of town. Find yourself a country girl. Keep quiet.
Okay guys, so the reality is there's no plan here on this farm. Those of you that have been watching pretty much know that. What we've got to do now is we need to put up a pen for the chickens. They cannot free range anymore. They are getting into everything. They're pooping all over everything and they want to eat our vegetable starts. So the easiest thing for us to do with my broken foot, because I can't dig holes, I can't, you know, carry super heavy stuff. Girl, don't choke yourself out. Push it on your neck. Put your head back in there. So the easiest thing to do is to take down these dog kennel panels, set them back up for the chickens to go in. We'll take a couple of the cattle panels and we'll create another dog yard. So hopefully that will get to happen tomorrow. So we'll only have to walk the dogs on leash tonight for them to go to the bathroom and get out and be out of the RV. So as much as it's not ideal, it is checking something off the list, which is getting these chickens and the ducks, because we can put the ducks in with them, getting them contained so that we can really start working a little bit more on the garden. Whew, so that's going to be really nice. This is going to, I think we're going to do a ladder or something here where we can make a better roost for them. And we'll definitely put a top on it because they can get out. But that's, if there's like 2 fencing types that I could recommend you buying, it's these and the cattle panels. Like, don't even attempt any other fence. Obviously, you're going to have some chicken wire or something for your little babies if you're raising babies. But I have hauled these. I've had these more than 20 years. And I've hauled them to every farm that I've had.
Well worth the money.
Well worth the money. And I do plan on getting more. My ultimate goal with these would be to have this type of fencing all the way around.
Yeah,
like,
that'd be nice.
We could come up 2 feet on this because these are 6 foot tall. So I can go up 2 feet and then create a slanted roof on it. But they are so nice. But we were at North 40 and whoo, they wanted
expensive.
I mean, it was ridiculous. It had a wire top on it, but it wasn't this quality. So I don't know if they're making this thick or not anymore, which would really be sad and just tells me I need to learn to weld, and the mosquitoes are trying to kill me.
It's a real thing.
These are not new dance moves.
So the funny thing is we didn't have mosquitoes last year that I recall at all. We had wasp problems.
They left by the time you got here. So spring,
yeah.
We had them, and that's why I had 97 cans of DEET spray, which we can't find any of them now.
Of course not.
It's a real thing. I think one just bit me on my hand. That'll be fun. So we're gonna bring up our man. I point. I'm such a pointer. That is like body language 101. You think you're better than me. I don't think I'm better than you. Don't. Just a pointer. If I was a puppy, I would be a German Shepherd Corgi Pointer cross. You know what would work great for this mosquito season?
What's that?
Your bee suits.
My bee suit would work. Or we need to get a hold of an Avon representative and say, send us some Skin So Soft.
If you're an Avon representative and you watch our channel, message me below. We're going to buy some Skin So Soft from you because I don't know one here. So we need one. But and I'd much rather support our subscribers than someone who's not a subscriber.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing.
Exactly. Speaking of that, we have our meetup.
Yes.
And there's a website that you go to. I have put a link on it on the community page. I'll put another, what's that little thing called? The QRC code?
QR code?
QR code? I don't know. That's above our pay grade.
The code.
Anyway, there's a thing that's going to pop up right
scanner.
here. And you just take a picture of it with your phone. And it'll take you to the website. And if you're going to come, if you're going to be in northern Idaho, July 23rd, then be there. Come up. Come have a picnic in the park with us.
That'd be
hang
awesome.
out. We've got speakers. We've got thousands of dollars of giveaways. We've got, all the best YouTubers are going to be there.
And we're super excited to meet you guys. So
we are.
Let us know.
And apparently we're talking about something. I'm not really sure what. Could be how to get rid of mosquitoes.
You're just practicing your rooster moves.
Yes.
Because
pretty soon, though.
Although they'll be in here for a while.
They'll be in there. And Carrie said we have viable eggs.
Yay.
Which means as soon as we got some hatchlings, then we're having... I'm really thinking one of those Italian chicken meals where you splay it out, you put the brick on top, you put it on the grill, you get all your good seasonings, your olive oil, and all your kind of good goods. Possibly having that twice.
That'd be awesome.
Come back and watch that.
Good stuff.
So we have a ton of chickens that we're hatching out. We gave Carrie 24 eggs. She added some more from her flock, but 24 of those are 24 of our eggs. They're not all going to hatch. She did say this morning at church, though, that only 2 didn't look viable.
Yeah. So we may have a bunch of
We may have 24. And the whole thing with that is we're going to keep our flock of about 10, right? It's a lot of eggs a day, but that gives us enough for us, some to give away or feed to the pigs, because we will be having pigs. Eventually, we'll have a breeding pair of Coons or IPP. It may be the cross.
Be cool.
Those will be cute. Those will be our pets. We will be looking for names for them. So it can't be Suey and Louie. and the reason behind this is my mom's an identical twin. Her name is Bonnie Sue, which is BS. And as kids, we used to call her BS. All the time.
That's hysterical.
Yes. Well, and then my aunt is Connie Lou. So they had pigs on the farm, and their brothers named them Suey and Louie, and would
That's terrible.
would call the pigs.
It's so funny because my mom's twin too. Isn't that weird? We both have moms with
weird.
twins.
Yeah.
We're twins.
Yeah.
Our twins.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So we'll be getting the pigs. We are picking up some feeder pigs. So not only do we have this pen, we have another pen, and we're going to contain the goats.
Yes. Because we don't want them eating our garden.
We got to do our
and
garden.
we are ready to get the garden going.
Well, this does a couple of things. It contains the chickens, but it also gives us our spacing, because this is the spacing. It's 10 by 15 for our pens that I showed you that went all the way around. So we have this 10-foot width, and then we know from that point on is garden.
Yeah.
We do have to get one of our waters over here, because each one of these will have a water tank, an IBC tote, or something that we can collect water off of once we get a roof on it. This may or may not be permanent here, because I wanted to do something different with the dog yard anyway, because this isn't really pretty.
Yeah.
And
it may look a little prisonish if you have the whole
it is
side. Like,
you
you may have a little compound going on there.
Think of that. I was a prison guard.
I started
We could get our concertina wire.
I was like, well, and we can't even like beautify it by putting flowers or something on it, because the animals will eat it.
They'll totally eat it.
We'll have a really pretty gate, a big entryway.
Yes, and then we
Real
can
pretty.
have.
You'll be able to see through that.
Well, we could. Okay, so we are still building the fencing out of the sticks and the trees and that kind of stuff. So it'll be a little bit covered or whatever, but these just won't break down. They aren't as pretty. You're right. And I think what we'll do is we'll test one as far as building one with just the tree limbs and see how it handles. I'm worried about the birds won't be a big deal, but like, for instance, our baby goats. Like, we could put a mama and baby goats in one. Someone who's going to be, birthing or whatever. Are they going to eat the sticks? Are they going to, that kind of stuff? So,
and pigs too. Like
pigs
are
definitely
destructive.
will. And unless you run the electric wire on the inside of them, so you can make these. I've been researching a lot of free fencing for pigs, and they make these. They just run electric wire on the inside. So if you train them to the electric wire, you don't even have to have that barrier. But my big concern is the cooper in the wintertime. So
the ducks are going in these as well.
Yes. Yeah.
And the new baby ducks too.
The new baby ducks are going to go over there.
Oh, yes, we did talk about that.
Because it took them quite a while before they actually jumped up into the bed.
And over there, she means the garden from last year.
Yeah. So once we get the ducks out of there, we have 2 more. It still does give us an odd number. So say the duck teepee is made out of 2 of these teepee together.
Oh. Okay.
I'm missing one. I'm missing a panel. I don't know where it is.
That's weird.
So weird. I should have an even number of panels.
Is there one on top of
No.
the... Nope.
Nope, that's why the water keeps cooling up there. Somewhere on this property is a panel. We just don't know where it is. So as soon as we find it. But those 2 we could actually Well, we could leave it for the baby ducks so that the big, because we had eagles fly over and try to take the baby. Looked like he was scoping out the baby goats.
Yeah.
And they could definitely take a baby goat. These ducks are weird. Like, I think they're eating paper.
I just was gonna say, looks like they're eating cardboard. I might have to take my hair down because I think the mosquitoes are like trying to attack
Get in
me.
your head. Talk to my son. He can't come up with the skid loader, but maybe the skid loader can come up. The last weekend. It might be able to come up and play.
We want the skid loader to play.
Here comes the babies. What happened? What was it? Was it scary? You're scary.
Speaking of the babies, guys, something happened today.
So I didn't even check. Like, and I honestly, I don't think Jeremy checked real well. And I don't think Angela checked at all. I think she was like, these babies are being sold. So yeah. I'm not going to get emotionally involved. We thought that we had a Laverne and Shirley.
Yes.
Apparently we have a Lenny and Shirley. Yes. We're going to do a whole video on it, but just...
There was some footage today and we were like, wait
a minute.
There's something that's not right in this picture.
There are tingly bits.
Yep.
What, girl?
What is that?
Jimmy, how do you have unfriendly babies? How do you have unfriendly babies? You're so friendly. Come on. They're like, but Mom, the monsters are there.
You guys can get through the fence over that way.
No, they can't get through this one. These are smaller squares.
Oh, that's why.
Than over there. It's 2 different fencing.
Ah.
So,
I see.
I'm hoping that the fencing that we have left to finish off their area is the smaller stuff. They'll still be able to get out the front, but if we have enough to mess the front.
Come on. You know, if they were both boys, we could call them Lenny and Squiggy.
We could. But all my freezer camp boys are Briggs and Stratton, so...
Yeah. Well,
there is that.
This one might be a Lenny, though. Even if he's freezer camp.
You can mark in your spot? It's right there indeed. So since we took this down, we are going to have to walk the dogs on leash.
Because they take off.
They do.
They like to explore.
That's the other real big thing that I want. So if these are like this, the dogs can't get through there. Yeah. And there's a couple of things. The dogs could go in with us when we're in there.
Yeah.
In the garden area.
That would be awesome.
And then they could also be pinned in here.
Yeah. And
then when eventually this big area will have a huge backyard and it'll have a really cute fencing that Chloe can't squeeze out. And we would just have to attach from here and go across. Yeah. So they'll have a big area that when we're home, they can have the whole run of it. But then I still want a pen that is covered and for bad weather days and when we're not home, they can go in and out, but they're not being picked off by eagles because that's a real thing. And I mean, Chloe she's a chunky monkey. They couldn't carry her off. I mean, she's like 35 pounds, but Justin is
She can
lightweight.
fit through these little things, but she is stout.
She is stout.
She is heavy.
She is.
And Justin is a little bit of a lightweight.
He's like 10 pounds lighter than her. It's so funny. So.
These girls are just afraid to pass us.
They really are. Lenny. Did Shirley have a boyfriend? Didn't she have a boyfriend on that show?
I don't know.
I'm going to have to Google it now. My other phone's in the RV, but if you know, let me know. I might have already Googled it, but he may not be a Lenny. If Shirley had a boyfriend, then we'll have to name him Shirley's boyfriend's name on that show. Or he's going to be called Arnold. And then every time he runs off, we'll be like, I'll be back.
Arnold.
We have Arnold and Maria Shriver.
We need to double check that she doesn't have any dangly bits.
I didn't see anything.
Hi, Carol.
What are you doing?
Which is funny because the boys tend to always be the prettier ones to me.
Yeah.
Like Bud is, I think, prettier. I mean, it's
because he has white on him. He has the.
But he's prettier, and
Yeah.
same with now Lenny.
No, see, I think Shirley's prettier because she has the little bits of white, and
Lenny's the darker one or the lighter one,
we're
right?
gonna have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to catch them.
So I like the lighter ones.
We've got to catch them, and we've got to, I don't know, put leashes on them and force them to love us.
Yeah.
Because this is ridiculous.
That would be fun. We could attach them to our belt, and we could walk around, and they just have to follow us everywhere we go. And then we randomly give them treats.
Yeah. I'd really hope to be milking Junie by now, but with our schedule, and it just hasn't happened, and the setup's not set up, and
They're so stinky.
all of
cute.
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
They're getting brave. They're getting closer.
Brave. I'm gonna go behind this and cry for my mom. They're in our path. Like, we can't go anywhere. We've been stopped. She's like, I don't know what's wrong with you guys.
And Junie's freaking out. Like, come on.
You guys are not chickens. And this is not what we're doing. Look, they know something's wrong because I'm standing here. They're like, she feeds and leaves. Catch a duck real easy. Poor thing. Hey, girl. That one, she's ugly. I caught her, but she's not the pretty one.